question.
Chalo.
I'll just tell you about this. So
Hmm.
it's all about understanding the common behaviors and the experiences
Hmm.
we invite the guests to the wedding. It's all about that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we are basically interested to learn from you basically how we can
Hmm.
improve the customer experience for the future wedding invites.
Hmm. Hmm.
How what is the significant impact that we can make, okay, to make a hassle-free wedding invite for the future couples? That is what.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
what are the challenges. So this is all. It's an open-ended questionnaire that we have, and we'll
Hmm.
be asking you around, particularly around that.
Okay. Got it.
So just to have that, can I just have a little intro about you and what you're doing? And I know you got married and all. So
Yes.
I want to do the interview from both the sides, people who have got married and people who are getting married. So I can have both the perspective and you have already done the thing, you've already gone to it. So what are the
Yes.
could have been better? I would ask about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
So when I got married last year,
Mhm.
it will be just 1 year, almost 1 year, to my wedding. But yes, me and my husband, we planned our whole wedding ourselves.
Mhm.
Just the intro about myself first. So I am a media professional, and he is a investment banker. So he does and trades in US stocks, basically.
Yeah.
For me, my whole industry sits in Delhi, but I still made a decision to move to Pune. But of course, that was a personal choice that I made. Thankfully, everything
Yeah.
worked out. But
Yeah.
both of us are very, very independent when it comes to, who we are. So it was both of us planning the whole wedding for, like, it was like an event planning that we did for our own selves.
Okay.
So yeah, so like from the scratch till the end, we made so many Excels, we made so many budget plannings, and
No.
went out for recce's, and everything was done from the scratch by us. So yes, please tell me what is it that you need, and I think I'm the right person for this.
Okay. Fine. Let's get started. Okay. So when it comes to wedding, what is the most important thing at a wedding when you uh, hear about that?
uh
What comes to your mind? Yes.
See, venue and aligning the dates with the venue is the most, that's the starting point of everything.
Yeah.
So, because everything surrounds around that, because
Yeah.
you have decided on a certain date, but the venues are not available. Like everything goes for a toss right there.
Yeah.
So you decide your dates based on the availability of the venues,
Yeah.
right?
It's
So
true. True.
those are
True.
that's one of the most important factors, definitely.
Okay. Yes.
So
Totally
yeah.
agree. And how do you go about then? How do you communicate to your guest about your marriage?
With the closer ones, it was, of course, anybody who's part of the family and anybody who's in the first circle of friends, they would get personal calls, definitely. That,
Mm.
there's there's something that's going to happen. I'll give out the details to you, but yes, good news, something's coming up. So that's the first set of communication that you give out, right?
Mm.
Then second bit comes in when your dates are decided. Then
Yeah.
again, informal communication to everyone that do not plan anything, save the dates. That's the second part of communication, that venue is fixed, the date is finalized, these are the dates, do not plan anything else around that. So again, that's informal communication, either on calls or WhatsApp or, whichever mode of communication, individual one-on-one communication that you have with them, right?
Yeah.
Again, that's for the closer circle. But once everything is sort of finalized, you plan at least, for me, it was like that. Once my dates were decided, I sort of gave my heads up without the invitations to my, not just first circle, but the second circle also, not acquaintances, not the whole guest list, but at
Mhm.
least the ones that are closer ones, to send them out the details that I am getting married, these are the dates, and the invitation will follow.
Was it no? What you're talking about the invitation? What does it mean? The physical or like online? What is?
So No, so mostly on WhatsApp is what I communicated with them. I sent
Yeah.
out I wrote out a personalized message
Wow.
mentioning that what the personal story was, that how is it that I found him. And now finally, the thing that you guys have been waiting for and have been asking me for so long, I'm getting married, bro.
Oh, wow.
So that was the communication that I gave out to, the second
Okay.
set of circuit.
So it was a personalized story.
Yes, personalized SMS that I,
Yeah, okay.
wrote out myself, and that was the communication that I gave out for save the dates to everyone.
You'd never thought about a marriage invitation or anything in comparison?
No, I was like, for me, since we were doing everything ourselves, we were very clear from the start that I want to design the invitation myself.
Okay, cool.
So I did that on my own. I made 2 types of invites for 2 different sets of people. One was a quirky one and one was the mom dad style elegant one, basically. So which has a little formal feel to it. Another one for friends was a little more quirkiness to it.
Yes, yeah.
So those were the 2 kinds of
And where
invites that
did
I
that
made.
parent one that went? Where?
Yeah, with the flower and all that, the typical style. And because I knew that there
That was
are
a
certain
physical.
set of
That was a physical one.
so 2 types of online invites,
Yeah,
right? The one that will go out on WhatsApp.
yeah,
And there was one more that was a physical one,
yeah.
just a set of, I think 25 to 30 invites that went out to absolutely the first family relatives who expected to see Kar aake sanu bulaya nahi
Yeah. How many
types.
people were there?
So,
So I can just calculate the number of percentage.
250 to 300 was my total guest list.
Okay, okay. So you can say 15%. 15% that what you had almost sent to the people physically.
I
Close
guess,
one.
yes.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So over there, that was like where you actually need formal invitations to go out. So that was that set of people, and plus, so physical set of invites went out to them. And second set of formal invites went out to anybody who mom and dad wanted to give out their invites to.
Yep.
The quirky ones went out to my contacts, my friends, and, maybe cousins. If I want to send it out to them, my colleagues, anybody that I want to invite.
Yep.
Our guest list wasn't very expansive deliberately because we had just gotten out of the whole zone of COVID.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
just sort of fading out at that time, right? So the bans and the restrictions were just getting lifted. So we were still in the mindset of what if third wave picks up? Because around that time, so we kept everything on the basis of, okay, if a cancellation happens, then what would be the refund? We were keeping all those things in mind at that time.
Super.
So we deliberately kept the guest list limited, that in case,
if it gets cancelled
of
or anything postponed.
then yes. So deliberately we were keeping it a little limited as compared to how my parents have done the previous weddings of my sisters, wherein the guest list was more than 500.
Sure.
So right now we made it half considering COVID. So yes, I told them I do not want people I don't even know of, please.
I'm sure. And how much time did it took you to finalize that the physical one and the quirky one that you were working on? Go about it.
Quirky, so the ones that I was making on Canva, and there was one more website that I don't even remember of, right? I don't remember the name of that, but there was some quirky template that I found. I picked up the elements from there, picked up elements from somewhere else, and mixed it all together and created something. So again, didn't create some design of my own, of course. On Canva, again, you can pick up elements and make that. That was something that I did that on that, but the other quirky one was a templatized version of everything. So those 2 would have taken me, because of course, in between all the other plannings that we were doing, there was little time. Only late at night you get to spend like an hour or so, right? So probably around 2 weeks or so.
Sure.
Yeah, with limited time. Yeah.
Mm.
So that was there. Physical one didn't take that much of time because we were very clear. It's only 25 just for formality's sake. Just pick whatever you get.
Where did you
Bare
get it?
minimum cost,
Were you
right?
part of that
Nearby
selection?
Dwarka only.
So Dwarka only went to one of the shops and just finalized.
Yeah. Because
were you-
we weren't interested in those fancy, fancy ass invitations. We could have gone for that, but for me, that was one of the redundant costs. Like for me, that physical invites just don't make sense anymore.
Did anybody help you? Your parents, your partner? Did you show it to him about finalizing it before you sending?
My parents were there with me. My parents were there.
Yeah.
With me.
Okay.
Yeah, the physical ones, my parents were there with me. We went through whatever selection was available at that point of time. Of course, limited selection was there. But since we know it's only 25 invites, just for the sake of it, we might as well, just pick any nice and elegant ones that we like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the biggest challenge you had faced before you finalized the invite? Was there any challenge that you were facing?
You'll have to give me some example of what kind of challenges are you talking about.
You were not getting, no, this is not what I want. This is not my kind or something, or it was just straight. It was,
Of course. Of course, see, when you have limited choice, then that challenge is, of course, there, right?
Yeah.
But at that point of time, you need to prioritize what matters more, right? Had it been the physical invitation for everyone, probably, I would have made my choice accordingly. Then it would have been obviously a better selection, a better selection. But right now, I knew that physical invites are going out only for those particular people. Like I made more efforts into making the online ones because that's what mattered more to me. So that's why I spent more effort and time in that.
And as you said, you did use some you did some research in the tools that you used online, some websites or the app to make your template on your own. Okay.
Yes.
Was it easy?
I wanted to write my own text. It's not easy, of course, when you're in the middle of so many things. It's just about if you want to, right? It's about the will. It's about the will. If you don't want to, if you want to delegate stuff, you want to, just let someone else do it, then of course, then obviously you can have better designs, of course, that's there. But I wanted something in which it would be something that I write on my own, something that I design on my own, something that I like. I could have gotten something done by someone else, but I just thought I just want to do it myself.
So cool. Oh, and you're always keeping an eye on the budget that you have before getting.
Always. So one thing that my professional life has taught me is create a budget for everything. Make a tentative budget and then write the actuals right next to it. So I made the budget. I made sure I was sticking around that. A little bit of up and down, you still keep a margin of that. And then you mention the actuals and then you see, oh, I thought this much would be there and this much has happened.
I know where this is coming from.
So yes. Always done that. I make Excels for every freaking thing. So yes.
And you were talking about the guest also. So you had planned out the guest, as you were telling me, after Corona, or whatever the guests you're going to be inviting them for your marriage. But how tough was it to segregate the guest list? That you wanted to invite. I'm sure you had a lot of functions around them.
I will show you my Excel if that's okay with you.
I will have a look at it later. Not a problem.
Okay, take it done. So basically, I created a category. I created a list of all the people. I created mom's side, dad's side, my friends, my sister's friends. I categorized it like that. And I made 3 columns mentioning Mehndi function, engagement function, wedding function. Who's coming on all 3? Who's coming on a couple of them? I made that whole list. So I knew how many people are going to turn up for how many.
Super cool. So, yes. That's so nice. Yes. I think that consumes a lot of time. A lot of time goes into that. Isko bulaye, nahi bulaye, isko rakhe, nahi rakhe. What is your choice? Who are your friends?
Okay. So those kind of conversations create ruckus in the family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that happens a lot. I have seen, my parents having arguments over that my second cousins are being invited, your second cousins are not being invited, and
Yes.
major tiffs between that. So that really creates a lot of issue.
Yes, yes, yes. It's everywhere in a Hindu family, and
Yes,
it's like it's a normal thing. It's quite normal.
exactly. So yes,
Oh,
that really happened. That was very challenging to actually finalize and make both sets of parents agree to the fact that okay, I want only first line of cousins. I don't want the second line of cousins. And but they are still like, but we are closer to them. I will invite them. And then, you just have to balance it out. It's one of the most toughest jobs, yes,
yes, yes,
again.
yes. And how did you send your physical invites through? Was it posted or what was it?
No, so we physically went there because physical invites were created for the fact that we had to go and physically invite them. There was a formality attached to it. Otherwise, we would have sent the online invites. So it had to be one of those factors wherein you are going in there, inviting them personally with the proper physical invite, So,
Yeah.
so yes.
Yes, important. Nice point. Okay.
Mm.
Uh, if you would have been given a choice, you didn't have the close relatives or so, you would have gone totally online and sent it. I'm sure on what.
Yes, definitely,
Yes.
definitely. Could be more quirkier. I am a
Yes.
person who likes quirky stuff more. So
Yeah.
yes, I would have preferred a quirkier design for you know,
Yep. Yep.
for
Yes, yes.
for the whole thing. Yes. Which has a story attached to it. So yes, I was thinking of doing something like that, but again, there was no time and for creating something like that.
Yes, you were planning like you did at a very good place, your wedding. Okay. Uh, was there anything special that you did to make your invite look unique or keep it aligned or to send a message or to make it personalized? Anything that would, was there anything special?
I wanted that. I wanted that. Yes, I did explore those options, but for that, I would have had to hire a designer and get going on that side, go on that direction. I would have gone on that direction. But
Hmm.
since I had already made a decision that I want to design it myself, so obviously I have limited skill set.
Okay.
So I knew I couldn't have designed a customized based on the story. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just looking for a pen.
Yeah. So based on the whole my own story, I wanted it to be aligned with the. So I had to decide what route do I want to go for.
Okay.
One is designing on my own, and with my limited skill set, I create something that's quirky enough with the existing templates that are there, or maybe just mix and matching them. Or I could have gone the route of, one of those customized wherein your story is being depicted, there is a feel attached to it. I could have gone that route, but like
But
I
what
said, I
stopped
wanted to do
you?
everything.
But what stopped you? Was it the time that it was taking in? Or
No, so just my thought that I want to do it on my own.
okay.
I wanted a personalized touch to it that
Okay.
I have, from scratch till the end. I have done my whole wedding on my own.
So for you, the personalized was giving a whole story around that, making it.
It should have been, yes, that way.
Yeah.
Had I gone
Okay.
with the other route, then it should have been about that. Wherein I tell that, okay, this is how we met. These are the kind of things that this is how we see our life together. Maybe
Ah,
design could have been on those lines.
uh-huh. Okay.
Our personalized story depicting on the cards that were there.
Nice. Okay. Have you ever received any? This was good enough to understand your side. I'm just not thinking like, have you ever received any marriage card which you felt was really nice or was different with any latest trend that you saw recently and you wanted to add that particular concept in your
Online or physical?
whatever, both of them. It could be either of.
No, so I was doing, but I haven't received it in person. But while I was researching about what are the kind of designs that one can go for, I got to see a lot of quirky invites that were there, wherein the individual personalities of people were coming out quite nicely. I saw one of the invites wherein the guy was playing a football, and that football got kicked to the girl that was there. Some story was attached to it, so it was a nice animated invite that I saw, and I thought the personalities of two people who are getting married is really coming out nicely over there. So that stayed with me.
Just one question that coming to my mind. You spoke about physical invite, and you did send your personalized invite. Do you think something like a common? There could have been a common thing on the same theme. It could. I'm sure that was a totally different theme. This was yours was a totally different.
Yes.
Both can be together on the same line. Would have really helped you if you had.
Yes, could have, but one of the factors when you're going out for the physical invites is, and that too when you have limited numbers, right?
Yeah.
You don't get many options like that, and plus, especially on the physical invites, I had a challenge that earlier we had no plans of going on for the physical cards. But suddenly, when we didn't have much time, we realized that we want those cards because probably those relatives are expecting that, because that's the vibe that we got. But since there was a time constraint, we had to go with what was available right away. Had I gone for what I had created, gotten it printed, I did, think of that option also. But the printing guy didn't agree to give those things out in the timely, we didn't have the timelines to turn it around, basically. Had we thought of the idea that I want the physical cards from the start, maybe it would have been the same. But since we decided at the last minute, it turned out to be a different one, because those were readily available. I got them the next day.
Exactly. The ready ones, whichever are there, you just pick them up.
Exactly.
Process. I know.
Exactly. So I just told the guy in the evening, and next morning they were ready. So, and plus that too, when I wanted only 25 of them. So, yeah, I did think that I will keep the same ones, but it just didn't work out well. The guy, first of all, the guy didn't have the right, material also to make it look pretty elegant, the one that I had designed. So I chose against it.
What do you do once you receive a card from a friend of yours? How long do you keep it?
So it keeps on sitting till the wedding is done, but under the table. So you see it once, and after that you just let it sit over there till the time you don't have to go. You have to sit in the car, probably refer to it again. Oh, what is the time and what is the venue?
Yeah,
and that's
exactly. How do you keep? Yeah, that was the thing I was coming on to. How do you remember that this one which you're talking about is especially physical card that you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't it? What do you think? How do you remember that particular date? You keep looking at it. What do you do?
No. So usually once the invite is there at the back of the mind, you still know that you have to keep yourself available for those dates, right? So it keeps on, your mind itself keeps on telling you, oh, I don't have to plan anything for that date once you receive the invite. And plus you keep on getting updates from someone or the other that, the conversations about the wedding keep on happening when it's in the close circle. So you know that there's a wedding coming. Like I know there are 2 weddings coming on in the month of February.
Okay.
So even though I have not received the invite, I still know I'm supposed to be available for those. I know I have to plan my travel around them. So the physical cards or the online cards, I still have not got as yet, but I've received the information. So yes, I know the dates itself.
Yeah. Okay.
The only thing that probably the invite would tell me is the timings and the venue.
Yes.
Not the date.
Yeah. But you need to go back and check it, right? Yeah, for the timing. You can't remember.
For timing and venue, yes, definitely.
Yes, of course. Yeah. And the last thing, how do you discard it then once it is done?
It goes out in the raddi.
uh,
Yeah.
into marriages, I don't know about your side, but yes, what happens is on the lot of physical cars, you see they put the photographs of goddesses and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you must have received some invite like that. Okay.
Mm.
I think it's tough to discard and just throw it sometimes.
Again, I think it's very person to person kind of a
Yeah.
choice. For
Yeah.
us, not really. We are
Okay.
like, it's okay. Let it go,
Yeah.
because we can't really save it, right?
Yeah. True. Very
So
true. Yeah.
like we're not throwing it in the dustbin either. We're just
Yeah. Yeah.
we're keeping it along with other newspapers, and it'll go somewhere.
Mm. Yeah. True.
So not really for us. Had we been very, very religious and very, cutter about it, then it would have been a different story. Maybe.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you do with your invite? Do you still have it with you?
Yes, of course. I have them.
Yeah.
Yes.
When was the last time you
Of
saw
course,
it?
there needs to be one more or a memento to be kept on that. We do have some copies left.
Yeah.
And plus, in case you want, a proof of, for some documentation on something, at times you have to attach it. Maybe you want to get a visa for a honeymoon, then these things, even though the visa companies say they don't want it, but at times you still have to attach it just for the sake of
To
it.
get a marriage certificate done, if you get a marriage certificate done, that is where you need it. And once you have a marriage certificate, it doesn't, nobody needs it.
After that, no. But you're going to get it after that, right? You'll go to honeymoon before you get the marriage certificate.
Yes, 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 that is there. Then
So
you,
for the honeymoon, you need the visa application to be done for that.
oh wow. They need that. I didn't knew they would need a marriage card for that visa also.
No, again, it depends on embassy to embassy. Like we were trying for, we went for a Schengen visa, right? So
Yeah.
over there, they specifically mentioned that we don't want you to attach it, but we were so desperate that we were like, okay, we might as well attach everything that we've got and let them pick and choose whatever they want. So we attached it along with it.
Yeah. So do you feel happy when you see it sometimes? As you said, you would love to have it as a memento or something. Does it make you feel?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's kind of a nostalgia of something that you created on your own.
Yeah.
Like it just gives you all those memories back that, dude, we made it happen on our own.
Yeah. It's just that you're done now. Now I'm going to tell a little bit about you. Yes. I heard this from a lot of couples. Like I was not expecting this. Yes, a lot of people said that. I really want to frame my card. It makes me feel happy. I want to put it somewhere so I can see it or so. Yeah, that's a very good thing. Yeah, it's a nice thing. I'm hearing from you also. Nice.
Yeah, so of course it stays there, maybe after 50 years, I would look at it and I'll feel nice about it.
Yes.
So I would definitely want to keep it.
Perfect. Cool.
That was one good part of a physical card that I liked.
Yeah.
Had it been online, it would have gotten lost after years, maybe redundant because of the, whatever file format it is in. Maybe after 50 years, that file format will not even work, right? I don't know how I will even access it, but the physical card will stay.
Let's catch up sometime. I'll show you what I did for my parents. They're never going to miss that. They will
cool.
always. We'll show you something I did. So what can be done? Something that I had in mind. Anyways, thank you so much, Prabjot. It really helped me. There are a lot of insights that I got, and it has really helped me out with this. So I'm going to just work on those. I'm really
Super.